Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors in a generation.
King Kong ain't got on me.
54 movies, $4 billion and counting at the box office.
All right.
And 5 decades of Denzel with E.T. behind the scenes.
You're walking in our shot.
You gotta get off the set.
And unseen interviews.
Denzel Washington can take it.
From his St. Elsewhere start to his rise to Hollywood titan.
I don't care if you like each other or not.
His life before he was a 2-time Oscar winner.
Is this true that you had a job as a garbage man?
And you can't get the smell off you.
And why you've probably been saying his name wrong this whole time.
My name's actually Denzel.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
Plus, what's still on his list to accomplish?
People say, what's your favorite film? I say my next one.
This is E.T. Vault Unlocked, Denzel Washington.
Better late than never, right?
King Kong ain't got nothing on Denzel Washington. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
We're giving him even more flowers as we unlock all, and I mean all, our moments with the Hollywood GOAT.
It's been a magical ride. You know, I just try to work hard and stay humble.
Denzel, in a word, electrifying.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
There will be a nuclear holocaust beyond imagination.
That's one reason that after nearly 5 decades, his 54 movies have grossed over $4 billion worldwide. There's already Oscar buzz for his latest, Gladiator 2.
You will be my instrument.
This is a masterpiece. What you did in this movie, I have not seen from you.
I mean, right. And that's what I do. I've been at this 48 years. I think I'm getting better.
How does he do it?
I don't look back. I mean, people say, what's your favorite film? I say my next one. I've never had to party with the right people or stab anybody back or lie or cheat or steal to be where I am in this business, and I'm proud of that. I work hard at it, and that's it.
Grit and good looks. People named him 1996's sexiest man alive, while the New York Times called him the greatest American actor of the 21st century.
I'm drunk right now because I'm an alcoholic.
I've been blessed. I won the SAG, the Tony, 3 Golden Globes, and 2 Oscars. I'm blessed. I got no complaints.
Where do your 2 Oscars live? Where do you have
to each other.
Next to each other?
Yeah.
They keep each other company.
We have the the library, the trophy room, but you know, I'm as proud of my 4 children's college degrees and master's degrees as I am of that. So that's our trophy room for the family, not just for me.
That generous spirit is why Denzel's been a spokesperson for the Boys and Girls Club since 1993.
You can't take it with you. You know, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. So it's what are you gonna do with what you have?
More fun facts from E.T.'s vault. Denzel's a diehard Lakers fan.
I've had seats since '84, but I've had floor seats since I think '91.
Second, he collects his costumes.
I usually keep at least one article of clothing. I got my uniform from Glory. I got my uniform.
You got the uniform from Glory.
From a soldier story as well.
Where is it?
It's all in my cold storage.
And my favorite.
My name's actually Denzel. I'm Denzel Hayes Washington Jr.
Okay, well,
My mother started saying Denzel, just made it different.
So I'm gonna call you Denzel.
And I'm gonna call you Nichelle.
I do like Denzel though.
Do you?
It rolls off the tongue.
I don't like it.
No? Okay, I'll go back to Denzel.
Thank you.
But before the world knew him as Denzel, he was just a kid from Mount Vernon, New York, not even allowed to watch the kind of movies he makes now.
Father was a minister, King of Kings, 10 Commandments, on a good day, 101 Dalmatians. That was it.
His parents split when he was 14.
I remember my mother and father bumping heads over the wattage of the light bulbs because he's trying to save money and she wanted us to go to college.
Denzel did go to college. He played basketball and football at Fordham University. He graduated in 1977, but before that...
Is this true that you had a job as a garbage man?
Yes. Garbage man taught me I need to go back to school. Young buck that I was, I'm thinking I'm gonna empty all the garbage in one day. The next day I was like, I couldn't close my hands, my forearms, and you can't get the smell off you.
Is it true you wanted to be a doctor instead of an actor?
I started off studying biology, yeah. And I took a course, chordate morphogenesis. I couldn't even spell it or say it, more or less pass it. So, you know, you go to college and you're supposed to become a doctor or a lawyer because you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I went from the sciences to political science to journalism to the theater.
Thank goodness St. Elsewhere came.
Yeah.
I feel St. Elsewhere is as good a
television program as 90% of the films that I see.
We first met a 29-year-old Denzel in 1984 when he was donating blood alongside his St. Elsewhere co-star Mark Harmon.
Denzel Washington can take it. He can take it.
And talk about full circle. As Denzel played a doctor on TV, we were there as he got his first of 3 honorary doctorates.
When you think of being doctor now, Dr. Washington was.
Well, I've been Dr. Chandler before in St. Elsewhere. I told everybody now they're gonna have to call me doctor. My wife's gonna have to call me. No, it's fun. It's just an honor.
Fast forward to 1987, Denzel received his first Oscar nomination for Cry Freedom.
Better late than never.
But Denzel wouldn't take home Oscar gold until 2 years later.
Denzel Washington in Glory.
What did Sally Field say? You like me?
I mean, you know, I don't like to stay in the same place.
That meant being high above the ground, doing his own stunts in Ricochet.
Yeah, you want to do your job until you get up there and you go, oh man, what am I crazy?
We were on set with Denzel all throughout the 90s, including a nighttime tank battle in the Texas desert for Courage Under Fire, a train platform shootout with Russell Crowe in Virtuosity, and his first film with Spike Lee, Mo Better Blues.
I'm glad to be a part of a Spike Lee joint, as they say, and you know, I'm looking forward to doing more films with him.
He'd get his wish 2 years later in the incredible Malcolm X. Playing the civil rights activist earned Denzel his first lead actor Oscar nomination.
I was sleeping, my wife woke me up and told me. I rolled over and went back to sleep. That's the truth.
Denzel was a bona fide leading man, and he loved going toe-to-toe with Hollywood's best, like Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
The man didn't eat for 5 months. I used to bring bags of candy to work every day. I'd like sneeze and drop 1,000 Almond Joys next to him.
Gene Hackman slapped me in the face.
I'm captain of this boat. Now shut the up!
I was like, I beat this old man to death. I have so much respect for him.
Of course, Denzel could do romance too, but it's the kiss that didn't happen in The Pelican Brief that had everyone talking. Denzel decided against kissing co-star Julia Roberts because he didn't want to upset his black female fan base.
That was Denzel's decision, but for me, I was kind of like, wow, bummer.
Let's just say this history-making moment makes up for that.
The Oscar goes to I Love My Life, Denzel Washington.
Hasn't sunk in yet. You know, it's, I guess, a relief.
Denzel won Best Actor for his villainous turn in Training Day.
King Kong ain't got on me!
The old King Kong stuff and all that wasn't in the script. But, you know, for years people have been saying to me, you haven't played a bad guy. I think I pulled it off. I like it. It's liberating. Sexy. Bad guy is sexy. Bad guys have all the fun.
Denzel proved he could also do family flicks. Remember, the Titans made over $130 million and introduced him to a younger generation of moviegoers.
Each one of you will spend time every day with a teammate of a different race.
I don't think it's a football movie. I think it's a movie about the potential of the human spirit.
Denzel also made his mark behind the scenes when he directed his first movie, Antoine Fisher, in 2002.
The directing I love, and I think I'll do that the rest of my life. I don't think I'd act and direct again at the same time.
He'd go back on his word a few years later in The Great Debaters, which Oprah produced.
When he walked into a room and you see that bravado, that confidence, yes, bravado.
What happened to your hand?
It's a birth defect.
No, it's not.
Denzel was the perfect mentor for 9-year-old actress Dakota Fanning in Man on Fire.
He's one of the best actors in the world.
I'm impressed with her.
I'm lucky to know all of the Washington family, and his youngest daughter is one of my closest friends, so I get to be a part of their family and special occasions, which is such a wonderful thing.
The pair would reunite 20 years later for The Equalizer 3. We spoke with Denzel about prepping for the role the first time he played Robert McCall.
I've been boxing for years. I was a vegetarian for 3 months. But I started working, I don't know, 5-6 months out with the martial art / stunt guys. And I kept that up.
Now we are in the little town of Carrizozo, New Mexico. That's Denzel Washington. You're walking in our shot.
You gotta get off the set.
I can't believe you
gotta get off the set. What are you doing?
I got to see Denzel's toughness up close and personal on the set of his 2010 blockbuster, The Book of Eli.
Have you seen any of your fights?
I fight 15 guys.
Hold on, you're doing the fight yourself.
Denzel continued the action. He saved an entire city from a runaway train in Unstoppable and took a direct hit from co-star Ryan Reynolds in Safe House.
I got like a black eye. Ryan headbutted me once, but it was an accident.
Yeah, I gave him a black eye, and I do not feel good about that.
Then we saw his funny side in Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg, his first comedy since 1990.
I said, okay, this is a good opportunity for me.
He also learned a new skill for his first Western, The Magnificent Seven.
I had to ride. Yeah. So I got used to my guy. I'd walk him around, feed him, bathe him, you know, and there's a trust.
But there's no trust like the one on stage, and Denzel put all of his in Viola Davis for their 2010 Broadway revival of Fences. They both won Tonys.
It's a dream come true. 35 years ago, I started with Eugene O'Neill's The Emperor Jones, and in hopes that one day I'd make $650 on Broadway. And here I am on Broadway in a great play with the best actors and won a Tony.
The pair reprised their roles for the big screen in 2016, earning Denzel his first SAG award.
For them to say, hey, we recognize and appreciate what you did, I'm really moved.
Imagine receiving a letter that your tuition for that summer was paid for and that your benefactor was none other than the dopest actor on the planet. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington giving you advice, that's the type of advice that you will take.
He's always been a mentor for me. Denzel's always one of my first calls when stuff's not going right.
Not only is Denzel the great Hollywood mentor, he also helped cast some of our favorite stars in iconic roles.
Denzel, thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. He took it out of the kindness of his heart to call Baz, and eternally grateful to him.
He was one of the guys that convinced me to come out to LA. He told me, he goes, I'll give you one piece of advice. Don't look in the other lanes. You're running your own race.
You will be fired.
You're breaking up.
Denzel keeps things close to the vest, and it's not like he was telling me, you know, kid, I did recommend you. And I only found that out a couple days ago. But it's a big honor.
I'm like this proud papa sitting there.
Look at you.
I love seeing other people do well. That gives me great joy.
You and Pauletta, fortunately, it's such a wonderful Hollywood love story. You met, you were both actors.
Right.
You acted together.
We met at a party, and then the next night we happened to be at the same play. I always said she set me up.
The year was 1977 when 22-year-old Denzel first met 26-year-old Pauletta on the set of his first TV movie, Wilma.
After that, it gets easier. You'll love it. You'll have a great time.
Denzel knew Pauletta was the one way before she did. He proposed 3 times before finally getting a yes.
How did you pop the question?
It was by phone. I think I was in California and she was in New York.
The couple got married in 1983, and even this Oscar winner couldn't mask the overwhelming emotions of that day.
And then the doors open and your wife starts coming down the aisle. 2,000 people squeezed into a church that holds about 200. She stops in the middle of the aisle and starts singing, I Believe in You and Me. So I just lost it. I'm a lucky man.
It's great food.
1 year after the wedding, E.T. visited the couple at home as they embarked on a new chapter, parenthood.
He's not very happy right now.
That adorable 2-month-old is their first of 4 children, John David.
It's a dream come true. Pauletta and I have been together for, 5.5 years, 6 years. We've had ups and downs. I guess a good woman is hard to find. I'm just happy that I found one.
I'm happy that we found each other, and we have him.
And he's asleep.
Pauletta chose to step away from her acting career to be a stay-at-home mom while also supporting Denzel's career as it propelled to icon status.
I pay the bills, I buy everything, I make all the money. I take care of the immediate and the extended family. She does everything else. No, it's not true. It's complementary. One without the other is nothing. And fortunately, she understands the importance of being hands-on raising the children.
What makes him a great man?
You don't have time. No, I don't have to lie, but you don't have time for me to tell you that. He's a good person.
And you got a problem with that? Like she's gonna go upside your head or something.
I got scared for a second.
I was scared for you.
Family has always come first for Denzel.
What's the biggest lifetime achievement for you personally, though?
His 4 children.
Big now, are you proud of your dad?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm proud of him. Really.
And he's better dressed than I am, too.
All 4 kids now work in Hollywood. John David played professional football before he scored his first big role in Ballers.
I ain't talking to my father. I mean, he didn't even know I was auditioning, and I'm trying to build my own name. They didn't know I was related to him.
Because if you lead with that, then they're like, oh yeah, his father gave him the job. I didn't give him nothing.
Now he stars in The Piano Lesson on Netflix, co-produced by Dad. Pauletta makes a cameo, and the August Wilson adaptation is also son Malcolm's feature directorial debut.
You dedicate this movie to your mama.
She gave more than birth to me, but life to me.
And Mama was there on that set every day. That's what
She-
Sam
oh
said.
my God, she was.
Was she embarrassing her baby?
Mom, go home.
Denzel's daughter Katia is a Yale graduate who worked as a producer on Fences. Younger sis Olivia is an actress and shared a scene with their dad in The Little Things.
Captain Ferris put a lock on this item for testing.
It's already been tested.
Don't I know it?
What is that like for you watching them be so successful?
For me, as a parent, as a father, come on now, that doesn't get me better than that. I don't have that gene. The more successful I become, the less I want to work.
The man said what he said.
We're gonna leave you now with more gems from Denzel and what's next. Take care, y'all.
What drives you?
God.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
I'm in the yellow leaf of my career. There's not that much left for me to do as an actor.
So the Tony winner is returning to the stage.
Othello is next. That's what I'm doing next on Broadway, Othello.
He'll co-star in the production with Jake Gyllenhaal starting in February, but could we also catch him in Wakanda?
We hear you're teaming up with Ryan Coogler. What's the significance for you for joining the Black Panther 3?
I haven't joined yet. We're talking, that's all.
What are you hoping for yourself in this new decade?
Another decade.
I have a bright future.